Hey everybody, I'm Jesse, and welcome to another edition of Genex Things Live. Oliver Rust, Christopher, what's up? How's it going, fellas? Good morning. Um, Wayne Beatty, hey Wayne. Tank Ferret, what's up, Tank? Glad to see y'all here. Yeah, glad to see y'all. Y'all remember that movie, The Matrix, where I think his name was Cypher. He's sitting down there in that chair, and there, him and Neo are looking at that screen of the code raining down, and Cypher says, I don't even see the code anymore, dude. I just see blonde, brunette, redhead, you know. And I was thinking about that, and that's what it hit me. That's all I see. I don't even see the message anymore when watching the news or social media or any of that shit. All I see is lies and bullshit and propaganda. You know what I mean? I don't believe any of that shit. Uh, Dog Karma, Tripwire, what's up? Glad to see y'all here. Jeff7, what's up, mortal? Hey, good morning, Jeff7. How y'all doing? Um, but I saw a thing over here in the United States. They're passing legislation right now to ensure or force automobile manufacturers to put the technology in the cars to for AI, just to be able to shut the car down for safety reasons, of course, to protect us from ourselves. So even if the billionaire car manufacturers aren't trying to screw over the common person, our government is willing to step in and make sure that they do the job right, and make sure that we own nothing, and that's, if you think about it, that's what it boils down to: control. Okay, whoever is in control of the object, the thing, you know, owns it. So if you're not in control of your car, you don't own it. If I've got the key fob to your car, if I control the key fob, and you got to come get permission from me to, and I'll come out and beep it for you to get in and drive off, then you don't own it. You know what I mean? You're just borrowing it from me. It's, so, and that is ownership. Control is ownership. If I don't control it, I don't own it. If someone else controls the damn thing, then they own it. And that's basically what it boils down to, is the lack of ownership. We hear that shit, have heard that shit for a while. You'll own nothing and be happy. But we see that coming into full force, in full effect. We don't own our movies. We don't own our video games. We don't own our books or our audio books. We don't own any of that shit. And now we're not going to own our cars. And they're making it so we can't own our land either. Well, we don't already, because it's taxed. We're renting it as it is, but they're going to make sure you can't even buy a piece of land to get taxed. The corporations are going to own all that shit, and you'll be lucky if you can get a 50-year mortgage, right? But I'm damn lucky if you're successful enough to swing a 50-year mortgage, and then you can rent it from the government instead of renting it from the bank, or you can rent it from the bank instead of renting it from a corporation, rather. So yeah, Christopher, what's up, Christopher? Yeah, they can't. Mr. Hurst, what's up, Mr. Hurst? They can't hate themselves enough. Yeah, 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 Christopher. Well, they've had anti-theft devices forever. Theft is a thing. It's going to be a thing forever. No matter what kind of technology they put in a car, there will be hackers and shit that want to steal shit. I mean, come on. There's a certain amount of crime that we just have to put up with as human beings. You know what I mean? To me, we can't trade away all of our freedoms, our rights, our dignity, the right to ownership, so that so nobody is able to steal my car. Okay, somebody might steal my car. I've been living with that fact for 54 years now. It Okay, it's a pain in the ass. It sucks. Don't get me wrong, but still, what sucks worse? Not owning a car, or the chances of your car might be stolen. Uh, hey Shannon, what's up? Raziel, hey buddy, glad to see you here. Patrick, what's up, Patrick? Glad to see you, Patrick. Start punishment for crimes versus no cash bail. Oh yeah, Hurst. Oh, you know how I am about that, the crime and punishment thing. Punishment should be swift, public, and painful. Uh, yeah, and there should be no cash bails and all this shit. No, the it should be swift. Yeah, there needs to be a jail, a short term detention facility until they can stand trial, which would be within a week. Nobody would be in a cage for more than a few days if I was in charge. They'd go right to trial, and if you're guilty, you would you would face some public humiliation. If you're found guilty of a second felony against another human being, not some victimless crime shit, against another human being, you would lose a hand. And if you got caught a third time, bye bye. Jesus is waiting on you. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's just the way I see it. And the thing is that nobody would lose a hand. Nobody. Okay, you know what I mean? All right, I did my weekend in the stocks. I cannot do this again. I like my hands. I better go get a job or start some kind of legitimate hustle, something, because stealing ain't getting me where I want to be. Selling heroin isn't doing this for me. I'm not good at it. I'm not going to lose a hand. That's, the deterrent would be the main thing. You know, if you meted out justice like that, it would deter people from committing crimes. Crime would plummet. Uh, yeah, but we don't do that. We patty cake, let them out on bail, no cash bail, and all this shit. So why not commit another crime? I'm honestly, why not? Uh, so it's bullshit. We all know it. Yeah, can't have serial killers crying pursuit of happiness. No. And then crimes like that, some crimes you skip the first two. You would skip the first two steps, the stocks and the loss of limb. You'd only lose your nugget. Yeah, make capital punishment great again. Yeah, Ross. Yeah. Well, some of us, we don't worry about our shit being stolen at all. I don't worry about my shit being stolen at all. It's just not going to happen. But some people are, and anti-theft technology, they've got plenty of it. They don't need AI shutting my shit down. You know what I mean? Uh, yeah, the government, yeah, they take full advantage of everything, and they never fix or improve anything. I don't know when the last time the government stepped in and fixed anything, literally anything. I can't think of it. Yeah, stick shift, immediate, immediate 50% less theft. And I think Tripwire, I don't know if that was a typo with the 50. I think Tripwire's giving them a huge benefit of the doubt there. It's probably more like 70. Yeah, exiled to other planets. Duncan, what's up, Duncan? Yeah, it's too bad they can't be exiled to other planets, dude. Uh, how do we punish government? I know how I'd like to punish them, drag them out by their $500 shoes and into the street. And I probably shouldn't have said that. My mouth gets ahead of my brain sometimes. YouTube's not going to like that. Yeah. No, no. I think we should. I think we should fine them. We should fine them. Yes, monetary punishment. Yeah. Yeah, Duncan. Yeah, don't elect them. That's how we punish them. Exactly, dude. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, applied the law equally. Yeah, and that, see, to do that, Christopher, we'd have to bring it all down. The judicial system is just as crooked as the political system. It's all just crooked as shit, right? They're all corrupt. Um, it's all pay to play. You know what I mean? Pay to win. Uh, and that sounds like an analogy, pay to win, but that's exactly what it is. Um, just like the same system works in video games, uh, because it's a profitable system. Pay to win, and that's how they do it in government. That's how they do it in the law. That's how they do it everywhere. It's pay to win. If you have enough money, you can win, um, and everybody else is screwed. You know. Anarchy Television, what's up, dude? Glad to see you here. Yeah, yeah, me too. Manual transmissions, that's just hell, I used to drive a 3 on the tree when I was in my early teens. Yeah, they lowered your property taxes because the tax base got bigger. Free breakfast and lunch. Here's what I don't understand is why we're taxed through our property, and we got all that's what I hear every time. Oh, we got to fund the schools. Well, the schools are getting funded from the federal government too. So why do the schools need federal government money and tax money, and they constantly get worse and worse and worse? We're the worst educated population in Western civilization, and we spend the highest per capita per child on education. The math just says quit spending so much money per kid, and they'll get smarter. So we're just blowing all this money into this education system in order to make our kids stupider. That it's been happening for what, 30, 40 years now? I mean, we just keep doing it over and over again. Well, give them more money and they get stupider. Well, give them more money and they get stupider. Well, give them more money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, uh, I don't know. It's so ridiculous. All right. Yaris posted up in your lap. All right, Hurst. You got to be nice, Trip. Anti Steel, Oliver. Yeah, Rocker. Yeah, I just, um, I'm still, I was, I'll be honest, I was all for Trump. I thought because number one, he did almost everything I wanted him to do and I expected him to do in his first administration. So he had my full support coming into this second administration. And I believed that he was an outsider coming in, right? Now in the second administration, it's almost as if he's a different person. I don't know how to explain it, but I don't understand all this stuff. Um, Greenland's been sitting over there uh, for hundreds of years or whatever, and now all of a sudden we must have Greenland. Okay, we must have Greenland for national security. If any other country, three or four or five of the biggest countries in the world, um, step foot on American soil, we go ape shit. We destroy their shit. Take them back to the Stone Age, and not with nukes, just with armament. You know what I mean? So they know it. That's enough deterrent. Uh, we could pull all that shit back from all overseas, pull back to the United States, and build our military and our defense. What if all of this bullshit money we've spent overseas in Afghanistan and all these other places, Panama and all this other shit, what if we had saved that money, we hadn't spent it, and we had spent it on defensive infrastructure? What if? So if anybody just landed a boat and touched their toes, on the shore of American soil, night night, it's goodbye. You don't do it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not here. Here's a now in back when I was in the Army back in the early '90s, our tank, the M1 Abram, uh, the next most advanced tank in the world. I think it was Russian, maybe Chinese. I forget which one it was. The next most advanced tank in the world. If they, while the M1 Abram was driving 60 miles down the road, if that next most advanced tank fired a round at the M1 Abram, the M1 Abram could swing its turret around, locate that other tank, and fire 6 rounds while going 60 miles an hour down the road before the round impacted, before that first round impacted anywhere near them. You know what I mean? So that's how advanced we are compared to the rest of the world. People don't understand that. Okay. No, we would other countries don't want to mess around with us, our enemies, Russians and Chinese. Look at Russia over there in Ukraine. They're battling over it. It's Ukraine. Ukraine's not this military powerhouse. Russia should have rolled over them in 3 days. It should have taken Russia to take that shit. What are they doing? I thought Russia was a huge powerhouse, right? Russia was a global force to be reckoned with. It seems to me over there they're playing patty cake with Ukraine. They ain't about a whole lot. They're not as strong as I thought they were. If I ruled Russia and Russia was as powerful as I thought they were, I would have rolled in there before the UN and all that shit had anything, even got their shit together to send a bunch of troops in. They should have just taken it like within hours. But they're over there fighting again. Ukraine's giving them all, what for? They're duking it out with Russia. I thought Russia was this big scary monster. Obviously not. Yeah, Shannon, everyone should get a higher rebate, in my opinion. Yeah, it's great for the elderly or whatever to get a higher rebate. And yeah, but at the same time, everyone deserves a higher rebate from taxes. It's like, you know, you going to go up and stick a gun in two people's faces and rob them. You know what I'm saying? And one of them's elderly. Well, you can keep some of your money, old man, because you're old. You young dude, you give me everything you got. Watch, phone, wallet, everything. But since you're old, just give me your wallet, dude. You can keep your watch and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is. So it's great that they're giving elderly tax breaks, but at the same time, robbery is robbery. Yeah, Yeah, Dead Raider, Dread Raider. What's up, Dread? Yeah. You don't have to burn books to destroy a culture. Just get them to stop reading them. Yep. Ray Bradbury. Yeah. Nice, Dread. Yep. Exactly. A Northern Cuba situation. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe Rocker. Maybe he has become a politician. That might be what we're looking at. Had the constabulary around to talk hate speech trip. Yeah, hurts me too. Yeah, I should triple or quadruple their efforts. No, Rocker, me neither. We're just common sense average people who actually think about shit. We're not going to follow Trump because because we're MAGA or whatever. You know what I mean? 100%. Just no matter what he does is 100% okay. I voted for the dude. So that gives me the right to question everything he does. And that's a huge mistake, I think, that a lot of people make, is just get all on board with whoever they voted for, and whatever they do is just a-okay, right? Um, yeah, but it's that's not okay in my opinion. Yeah, yeah, a normal guy in the 90s is considered far right today. Yep. Yeah, well, hell, a liberal Democrat in the 70s would be considered far right today. Yeah, 100%. AF, what's up, AF? Late night again? Yeah, armored. Yeah, I'm sure it's out of date. I'm just I don't know. They might have a newer, better one now than the Abram. Um, but back then, that's how much farther advanced we were. Now, if we had not spent all that money on foreign wars and kept advancing our technology for self defense and stuff like that, kept all that money at home and kept our economy strong and kept our factories at home and gone a different route, a route that we didn't go. What could have been? You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, they need to be cost effective. Yep. Oh yeah, too damn cold. Yeah, AF. Yeah, Roz. I mean, we're worried about Russia, and Ukraine's giving them all they want over there. How long they been fighting over there now? A year and a half, something like that. 2 years embroiled over there with Ukraine. Are you kidding me? Come on. Uh, it just doesn't make sense. Yeah, a refund from all the fraud and reparations for all that shit. Yeah, anarchy. What's up, Tomcat? Glad to see you here, man. All right. Depending on where you bought your house, Shannon. Yeah, Wayne, it is. Yeah, it's sad, dude. You're right. Yeah, yeah, AF. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, yeah, you're right, Duncan. And we're the only ones hanging on to books and stuff. Once we're gone, uh, we're the vast majority of the book readers. Gen X, maybe some millennials might still read books on their, on their iPad or some shit. But yeah, Yeah, dread. That's my plan too. I don't live in a big city or anything, but yeah, I want to live a minimal lifestyle. Uh, not, I mean, off the grid, yeah, but that's not the point. The point is off the system. Uh, Separate myself from the system. Yeah, yeah, it's yeah. I'm having a yeah, pretend have they been rigging it with all this illegal, the flood of illegal immigration, and then allowing those illegals to vote? Come on, we see the shit happening. Brad Davis, what's up? Yeah, yeah, they are. They're writing the law. Yeah, armored. Yeah, 70s Democrats knew what a woman is. Yeah, Ricky and Holiday. Yeah, Ricky and Holiday. What's up, Ricky? Yeah, enforcing Epstein law is insane. I agree, Brad. Yeah, Rocker. It was. I don't know if that whole thing is bullshit. For all I know, it might not even be happening. It might be just propaganda, some 1984 shit. There's a war going on over there, and you all need to whatever. I don't know. Unless our veterans are coming home telling us about it, then how do we know? You know what I mean? That anything's happening overseas unless we physically go over there and look. I'm not saying I don't think that there's a war in Ukraine. I'm saying that I haven't seen any proof. So it could be complete bullshit. Not saying that it is. I'm saying it could be. Tim Beck, what's up, Tim Beck? What's up? Glad to see you here, Tim. Yeah, 27 million slaves today in Islamic countries. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, they don't want to talk about that shit, Hurst. Yeah. Tim, you collect books. That's not a bad thing to do, dude. That's not a bad way to collect. When as they disappear, they'll become more valuable. Yeah, make all nighters great again, Armored. Yeah. They prefer paper books? Oh, okay. No, no, they don't write letters anymore. Um, they're not even taught to write a whole lot, just type. If it's even called typing now. Oh, dread. That's good, dude. That may come in. That may pay dividends in the end. Learning the Amish ways. Yeah, who needs books? Social media tells me that Kardashian has a new cat and Taylor Swift's wedding and shit. So who needs books when you have all that important knowledge at hand? Oh, you have a broken leg that's healing, Ricky? Yeah, knitting bones itch. You have a cast around it. I probably have. I haven't broken a bone in a while. I don't think I've ever worn a cast. All the bones I broke were like ribs and shit. I never had like a broken arm or leg where I had to wear a cast. Rain, what's up, Rain? Glad to see you here. Oh yeah, yeah. Either that, Duncan, the law is becoming criminal, or it's been criminal a long time, and we're just now, being able to see it. You know. Yeah, critical thinking attacked. Yeah, Tim, exactly. And that's what's been happening with our education system for the last 40 years. Yeah. Yeah, Lucifer's Hammer. I like that book. I've read it several times, Tim. Yeah, Wayne, yeah, nail on the head there, Wayne. Send them to the front lines. Yep. Politician starts a war, you and all your buddies there sitting around in Congress put on a helmet, grab a gun, and go to the front lines. Uh, who who made it okay for one person to have the authority to send another person off to die? All right. I mean, if it's different if one person volunteers to go off and protect their freedom, their country, their family, whatever. Okay, that. But for one person to send another person off across the ocean, just somewhere over there to die or to kill, even, um, who gave them that power? Where did they get? Where are they deriving this power? This authority? It needs to go back to the old days where the leaders, the rulers, the governors were off, on the battlefield, not sitting at home in their $8,000 leather chair, getting updates about the battles and shit from their generals who aren't on the battlefield either. They're sitting in an office somewhere, getting updates from the colonels and shit. It's so far removed now that a war ain't shit. I can start a war because my kids aren't going to die. I'm not going to die. Nobody in my family's going to die. We're too rich. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I believe so, Armored. I believe it is. Yep. It's becoming an Islamic country. Louis L'Amour Westerns. Yeah, those are good ones, Rodney. What's up, Rodney? Glad to see you here. Oh, left wrist in grad school or grade school, Christopher. A finger dunking. Yeah, I broke fingers and ribs and foot and probably my skull a couple of times. And not joking about that, but I just don't know if my skull was fractured. I didn't go to the doctor. Now I think it was, looking back. Yeah, I heard that, Tomcat, about the labs. Yep. Yeah, okay. Strategic and the UN drip, water rights, etc. Yeah, Tim, that makes sense. Oh, gave you an air cast. Okay, Razio. It's on sale at Lowe's. All right, Armored. Yeah, Agent Smith is watching. We gave them the authority. I don't think explicitly we did, um, or complicitly. I think they took it through deception. Yeah, yeah, Soros and that whole thing, NATO, UN, and all that shit. The higher up you get, the more corruption there is, the more bullshit it becomes, until you get to the top with the main central bank, WEF, WHO, and that is the most disgusting shit on the planet as far as corruption and all that shit goes, in my opinion. Oh yeah, a long time ago, Duncan. They forgot they're supposed to work for the people. Stay curious. What's up? Stay curious. Glad to see you here. Oh, bionic brace. Oh, all right. Oh, on the second floor of an apartment complex. Yeah, dude, that would suck. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah, when people are afraid to call the government scum. When you're afraid to call the scum scum, you know you're living in a dystopia. When you can't, you're not allowed to call out the scum, right? We're slackers. Roz broke your pelvis. Holy shit. Yeah. Oh damn, dude. That's real shit there. Getting a roommate, Ricky. All right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had a concussion when I was about 12. A pretty gnarly accident. Tomcat. Well, I don't know if he's a draft dodger. I know that none of him or his family in any direction, sons, nephews, any of that shit have ever served. So, and never will. Um, I mean, if there was a draft, they wouldn't have to go, unless it was some kind of publicity stunt where they got a clerical duty, in the White House or something, or in some place that was perfectly safe, and they do, one of his sons volunteered to, or his grandsons or whatever volunteered to, be the token, to make the family look good and shit. But they wouldn't be under the same rules as the other servicemen and women. You know, they'd still be eating caviar and all that shit. Yeah, Christopher. Who's lying today? Everyone. They're all lying. I've noticed more and more that the conspiracy theorists are full of shit too. You know what I mean? I think that a lot of them are just. I mean, it's the word is becoming cliche now, but they're psyops. You know what I mean? Or some kind of. They're either funded or controlled, or they're just allowed to be because because of their message and what they're saying. Um, and they're promoted through the algorithm, right? So and that's the way it is. I can tell you honestly, um, you're tempted to keep up the same message, keep talking about the same shit over and over again. You get a video and it's like, oh shit, it got 10,000 views. I'm gonna talk about that shit again. You know what I mean? So that's a temptation. So if the algorithm promotes you when you talk about one thing, all under, behind the curtain and in the shadows, the algorithms quietly promoting some content and pushing down other content, and you get this kind of thing. So without even thinking about it, us becoming creators subconsciously promote what they want promoted and don't talk about what they don't want promoted. I mean, come on. It's just it's just the facts, you know. Um, but I am number one. I'm aware of that, so and I'm choosing not to do it. Number two, it's just not fun. You know what I mean? If I'm going to do this, I'm going to enjoy it and have fun. Talking to y'all about anything and everything. Let the algorithm try to catch my ass. You know what I mean? Because I might talk about anything, right? I got tricked into using the phrase drip. AF. It wasn't on purpose. It was not on purpose. Yeah. 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 We don't have any authority. How can we give authority to the government? Anarchy. Right. Yeah. They take it. They assume it. Right. They assume control. We're not giving it to them. Oh, Ricky. Oh, that's one thing too. Speaking of that, Ricky, on New Year's Day, did y'all see that thing about? I think it was Joe P that emailed me about it. Emailed me the link, but on New Year's Day they had a fire in a bar in Sweden. They were celebrating New Year's, and there were a bunch of kids there. Gen Z kids or whatever. So not they're adults, but Gen Z kids. Um, and the ceiling is burning over their heads and they're filming it. They're live streaming it and just dancing and shit, completely oblivious. No, no, self-preservation, no, no, no sense of urgency, no survival instinct at all. They died filming it over their heads. Uh, is that evolution? You know what I mean? Is that Darwinism in effect? What the hell? And it wasn't just one of them. 25 of them died at last count. They were still pulling out bodies when I saw the thing. They were still racking up the body count. But yeah, a bunch of them died filming the shit. None of them had any, completely oblivious to the danger, no survival instinct, whatever. Yeah, it just blows my mind. Yeah, Duncan. Yeah, people can't handle the truth. Yep. Yeah, connecting. Yeah, it's immediately a conspiracy. Sniz, what's up? But we don't need no missile defense system, Sniz. We got our sharks. We just sick our sharks on people. They try to come up here, except the Cubans. We let the Cubans in. Oh, we have for a long time. Somehow the Cubans must have some anti-shark shit, right? Um, some anti-sharknado uh, potion or something. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Tripwire. The problem lies in the fact that people believe them. Well, call it the coconut dome, Sniz. Yeah. 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 Me too, Rocker. Now, I never have at all my entire life until Trump came along. And I still never really called myself a Republican or anything. You know what I mean? Never really bought into either side much, but I did support Trump. And I still do. Don't get me wrong, I still do. But he's making me question shit with a lot of his decisions now. So I've just got questions about Trump and some of his decisions. The alternative was disgusting, but then I know that the alternative was a set up puppet. You know what I mean? In the dual party system, you've got two options. So, and the alternative always sucks in the dual party system. So, I have to realize that too. Yeah, more depopulation. Yeah. Yes, it is. Yep. Yeah, they filmed it. We're live streaming it, looking up as those flames, fluttered on the ceiling and dancing and shit. It was insane. Yeah. Yeah. Poor lemmings, tripwire. Yeah. 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 Yeah, you're right, Duncan. People are becoming too morbid. Yeah, adapt and overcome, Christopher. Damn right, dude. Darwin was an optimist. Yeah, they forgot their helmets. Janet Reno says no mosh pit allowed at her dance party. It was 20 something people that died. Yeah, Australia can relate, Christopher. Yeah, yeah, we've got our fauna down here that defend us. Light Day, what's up, Light Day? Glad to see you here. Yeah, improvise, adapt, and overcome, Tim. You damn right, dude. Yeah, Florida's great in a lot of ways. I just hate the dead heat dog days of summer. They're just brutal. That's one of my favorite things to cry about. I bitch and moan about the heat down here. Oh yeah, can't forget the flesh-eating bacteria and the herpes monkeys. We actually have those. Yeah, yeah. Larkin Rose armored? No, I haven't heard of that or them. I don't know if it what it is. Yeah, yeah. AF, a fast ticket to nowhere. Confederation of States member. I heard that the states are coming together. They need a certain number of them, 30, I think, and they've got 18 now. I last time I looked at it to enact some actual change. Oh, you're a native Floridian, Christopher? Yeah, me too, buddy. Yeah, coming across the Everglades, Shannon. Yeah, a whole generation of window lickers coming of age. Yeah, I heard that before, Tim. He was. One of them started it with fireworks, Ricky. Quite possible. Yeah. I think the article I read, they didn't really say what started the fire in the article I read. Muskogee, what's up, Muskogee? Santa Fe. Glad to see you here, man. I'm glad you couldn't sleep. I'm just kidding, dude. Yeah. Yeah. Stay curious. Three basic reactions to an emergency: cower, ignore, or act. Yep. The weather in Kings Bay is pretty good. Okay. Yeah, it was pretty damn cold down here. Yeah, herpes monkeys. The story is that they got left here because they used to shoot the Tarzan TV show, the one from the 50s or whatever, down here, and they just left and left the monkeys here, in the woods or whatever, and somehow I don't know how the monkeys got herpes, but that part might be conspiracy theory or whatever, just bullshit. But now and that's part of the excuse me, that's part of the language, we call bullshit conspiracy theory or something, I should say, what's that called? Urban myth or urban legend instead of conspiracy theory there. But yeah, maybe the herpes part might be urban legend. I don't know. He confessed that God is real on his deathbed, Tomcat. Yeah. Ricky, oh, Oklahoma's going to get a lot of snow. Yeah, I saw there's some kind of hard weather coming, some cold ass weather coming. Yeah, it's supposed to reach down here again too. Yeah, fast ticket to nowhere, armored ghost. Yep. Parking armored. Oh yeah, I used to love that. Roz, Boris, and Natasha. Yeah, yeah, I agree, Hurst. Something real. As long as it's real, all the bullshit lies and it just the fraudulence, the corruption. As long as it's real. Yeah, yeah, Roz. Old Tarzan was wilding too long. Yeah, Christopher. Yeah, I know who. Oh my God, it's Wick is. Yeah, that's it. He does some funny shit. Yeah, thanks, Tank. Yeah, hit that thumbs up button if y'all think about it. Hit Ohio Southern. Okay, but yeah, the this whole thing, you know, we got to think about all these lies and shit we're constantly seeing, and the propaganda, and just put a little thought into who we're giving our attention to sometimes, and who we're supporting, you know, what we're supporting. If we support something that we know is bullshit, that's very questionable, just because we voted for that person, uh, we might be part of the problem. You know what I mean? So sometimes we got to look in the mirror and realize that we might be, even though we're trying to do the right thing, we might be enabling the bullshitters sometimes. Yeah, really cold up there. Yeah, some of those cars, they're not good cold weather cars. Will not start, when it's really cold. A pain in the ass. The government overcame you, armored. Yeah, yeah, Tim. Watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat. Yeah, when all they know are lies, we will have done our job. Yeah, Henry Kissinger said that. When all they know are lies, we will have done our job. Yeah. Oh, all right, Tank. All right. I don't say too much on there, not real big on the other social media platforms, but I get on there once in a while, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it, Tank. Baba O'Reilly Hurst? I've never heard that. Yeah, Kissinger the warmonger, Tomcat, yeah. Pete Townsend. That sounds familiar. Pete Townsend. I've heard that name. I know I've read about him or seen him on TV or something about him. I don't know, but that name sounds familiar. Yeah. Yeah, Brad, 2030. And I think I just have a gut feeling that something's coming in 2030. Just looking at our history, every 10 years they come up with something. Yeah. All right, stay curious. Yeah, only react emotionally on the following day after an event. Yeah. That's probably a superpower. Yeah. All right. Battery just said no, huh? No, I'm saying that, yeah, we're not enabling evil by doing the right thing. I'm saying sometimes we uh, enable evil by supporting evil people doing evil things just because we supported them, and then because politicians lie to get elected, and then we support them all the way through. Not all of us, some of us keep supporting a politician no matter what they do afterward. Because I voted for him, I must support everything they do, evil or good. So yeah, that's didn't. Eyes open. What's up, eyes open? We do this every single day. Eyes open. Do this every single morning at 5 Eastern time, except on Sundays. But we do a longer 2 hour episode on Sunday afternoon at 4 Eastern time. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have evening shows that start at 8 p.m. on Eastern time. But yeah, we're here every single day, eyes open. Teenage Wasteland, Christopher. Yeah. Yup, Shannon. Yeah. The EV car thing. And uh, they have better technology. Why they want to push one technology that completely sucks, I don't know. The Who, yeah, dog karma. Yeah. We've all heard Baba O'Reilly. Oh, Pete Townsend from The Who. Oh, okay. Yeah, me too, Sarge. What's up, Sarge? You snuck in here on me, dude. Yeah, I'm ready for the zombie apocalypse. Yeah, bring it on. Yep. Yeah. As long as they're the slow ones, my shoulder hurts. I don't, I don't want them fast skittering zombies and them, them Olympic athlete zombies. Give me the slow shuffling ones. Yeah, I'd like that one. Yeah, I'll deal with them. Uh, but yeah, I just, I, I don't want the ones that can chase me down from behind really easily. Uh, don't want that kind of shit. I'll take the walkers though. Californians armored, maybe San Franciscans. Yeah, seeds and tools. Yep, eyes open. Yep, yeah. In my opinion, that if we want to be prepared in any kind of way, you have to get back to the basics, back to fundamentals of providing your own food, if possible. Um, Building your own things, maintaining your own things, this kind of shit. Go time. Hell yeah, Sarge. Let her rip. Yeah, I'm not kidding either, dude. Yeah, I'm not playing around either. Solar flare, zombie, something like that. I wouldn't, I'm not begging for a damn nuclear holocaust or an asteroid or something, but a nice uh, Carrington level event or zombie outbreak or something like that. Captain Trips, yeah, something like that. Yeah, I'd be down with that. I'm talking nonsense like one of those ladies on The View. All right, hell yeah, I'm getting compared to somebody famous. I'll take that as a compliment. Sniz. Oh, okay. Looking at yachts? No shit, dude. Walking on the deck with their high-heeled shoes. Yeah, Trip, the WEF has a lot to answer for. Okay. You got an army, got a zombie apocalypse truck. That's awesome, Sarge. Yeah, that's freaking awesome. All right, eyes open. Be cool. Glad you stopped by and hung out with us. Oh, it's time for me too. So we'll have to wrap this up. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Half the population, yeah, on SSRIs and shit. You're already slow. Yeah. Yeah, Sarge in America. Oh, and you're both taking point, Roz? You and Sarge? Okay. I've never seen the Resident Evil movie, Sniz. I played the video game, though. Camtrails make you cough more and more, Rabbit? All right. Pizzagate, Epstein Island. Yeah, all that shit, dude. Yeah. It goes on and on, Brad. Yep. Yeah, the charging stations shut down in the cold, real cold weather. All right, everybody. Giant rat apocalypse, Duncan. Yeah. All right, I've got to wrap this up and say goodbye. Yeah, thinking of the herd addicted to their cell phones, AF. Yeah, I agree. I can't disagree with that. All right, I'll say goodbye to Patrick, Duncan, Tripwire, AF, Tim Beck, Jeff Seven. Jeff Seven, did I say hi to you? Hi and bye, Jeff Seven. I don't remember saying hi to Jeff Seven. Rocker, Brad Davis, Mr. Hurst, Tank Ferret, Tomcat, who else? Sergeant America, Rabbit. Who else we got here? Shannon, Dog Karma, Raziel, Ricky, Eyes Open, Sniz, can't forget Sniz, Christopher, I don't know if I said Christopher already, Armored Ghost is hanging out. Thank you, Armored Ghost, and goodbye. Stay curious. Goodbye, stay curious. All right, I think I'm getting close to having everybody. I think I already said Tripwire, I'm almost sure. But Trip deserves two goodbyes. We all know that. All right. If I have not called your name, I apologize, but goodbye to you as well. Also, goodbye to anybody who was watching and didn't jump in the comments. Wayne Beatty, Rodney Letman, goodbye to y'all as well. If you're watching on TV or something and you're not in the comments, goodbye to you as well. Thank you for watching. Disco, Wheel Gauge, what's up? Lyrane, goodbye to Lyrane as well. So thank y'all for showing up. I truly appreciate your time. I don't take it for granted. I wanted to thank all of y'all for showing up and hanging out with me and spending your valuable time with me, talking about good, just common sense about what's going on in the world today, nostalgia about what happened, in our collective past, and how the 80s and 70s rocked, and the 90s too. So yeah, we had some good times growing up, and it sucks now. And we all know it, right? Okay. So let's see. Everybody is waiting on the spiel. I know y'all put up with me this whole time so you can hear the spiel at the end. So, and this one's going to go all the way over to South Africa. We're going to dedicate this spiel to stay curious, all right? And everybody should stay curious and question every damn thing, especially me, all right? So, thank y'all for showing up. Stay frosty, Gen X, and I'll see you on the next one. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and comment. If you'd like to support the channel by becoming a member, it's only $2.99 a month, and I'll put that link down in the description, or you can head over to the channel page and become a member that way. But I really appreciate all the support from the members out there. This is the members banner here. And I really appreciate these people. They support the channel directly through memberships, and it helps out a lot. So thank you very much to all the members. If you're interested in Gen X gear, we got some pretty cool stuff over there at Redbubble. Gen X things and Gen X branded stuff, t-shirts, coffee mugs, stickers, hoodies, all kinds of stuff. But I'll leave that link down in the description too for any of you who are interested. If you have any ideas for future episodes of Gen X Things, please put those down in the comments, or you can email us, and the email is genxthings@gmail.com. And as always, stay frosty, Gen X, and I'll see you on the next one.